Hello everybody, welcome to OCHD and welcome to another Jumputi Heroes video. Today a summons video, not a news video, unfortunately. As you can see, I have reached rank 500. I'm a little bit disappointed that the reward for reaching rank 500 is an emblem and some soldiers' souls, which are at this point completely useless to me. I've reached like the cap. And so I've just been spending all my excess on like limit break doors and stuff. It's not a good time. But what I have for you today, as you can see on the screen, Hibari, it's his birthday. And as it's his birthday, I decided, you know what, I had to skip him last year. I didn't really have to skip him. I ended up going in for All Might. And I'm thinking that's kind of a mistake because I don't really use All Might that much compared to the other top tier higher grade units that I have. But we have these free birthday banners. Each of them gives us a free multi, so obviously we will do those. Not much. I don't think I have Kyoya and Gon. Let's see. They're green, right? So I don't have them. So that's a potential upside if I can get them. Unlikely. Same with the Luffy banner. Realistically, all I'm missing is like the Red Rock Luffy, Ryuo Luffy, whatever he's called. So again, not a lot I can get from that. But the Hibari banner. And this is something I will say to people. If you're ever tempted by the birthday banners, bear in mind two things. Number one, if they had a version of the character that came out this year, they're not going to be on there. So, for example, Kaido's birthday just came up. And if you wanted the blue Kaido, he's not on there. Because he only came out this year. They did have the original Kaido, but that's fine. But that's one thing to bear in mind. The other is that these banners, you know, if you're just like throwing a multi at it or whatever, I mean, it's a free multi, then that's one thing. But if you're planning to go all the way, it is never worth going all the way if it's a banner with multiple limiteds on it. Because there's no choice ticket at the end. You just get a random one. So, for example, the Luffy banner, you might want this Ryuo Luffy. But if you go all the way to the end, the 8th multi is a random pickup limited, so you could easily just get Gear 2 Luffy or Gear 4 Luffy or whatever, and you'll probably be quite dissatisfied if you don't get the one you wanted. And it's not worth the rubies in that case. But in the case of Hibari, he only came out last year, towards the end of last year. He's the only one on the banner, so that's good. I mean, I think if we go into his banner, it doesn't even... it'll just show his like standard gacha counterparts. So for me, it's worth it. And yeah, I could have sworn this Hibari was the one that was... I think I'm getting my arcs mixed up. This is the second standard gacha Hibari. That's the first one, and then the third Hibari was free to play. Anyway, should we jump in on Luffy first? Not doing more than one multi, I can tell you that much for free. But you never know, maybe we get lucky. Maybe. 5-star straight away. Gold, could go 5-star. Not bad, not bad. Obviously this has like a bunch of standard gacha units on it as well, so could get... Well, Luffy's the only one that's rated up. There'll be standard gacha version 1 Luffy rated up, so... Could get him. Hopefully not, but... And it's Kageyama, which is not... It's nothing, really. That Gon spray is still really good. Let's do the one multi on Gon. Again, all we're really looking for is Gon Killua. The standard gacha Gons, I obviously have both of those. The first limited Gon, obviously I have him, so dead multi, unfortunate. Okay, so the real question is, can I get lucky on the Hibari banner? It's really like, if I got Luffy, it would have been a nice touch, but ultimately, I'm willing to go all the way for Hibari. So if I get lucky on this one, I can save some rubies, and then potentially, I mean, I don't really know what's coming up beyond. On the 15th, we should have Minato being added to the game. Not really interested in summoning on that. Then One Piece kind of depends on the limiteds, but I probably wouldn't summon on that. So I've got a bit of time to like rebuild my stash, but ultimately, we want to get him early if possible. I don't think I've ever gone all the way on a birthday banner. The value has improved over time. The old birthday banners weren't as good. So I mean, I guess that's probably one reason. But there aren't that many characters where I would skip their banner initially and then be willing to go in on it later. We did get a 5-star straight away, which is quite lucky. Not impossible that it could be Hibari. It is not. It is Roji, which is not needed. My box is pretty much full at this point. It's just got a bunch of standard Gacha dupes on the off chance that at some point they add either a special store for them or some new power-up thing or whatever. It's probably not worth holding on to them, but I still do. So after I do this, I'm going to have to sell a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, that is a dead multi. Third multi guaranteed 5-star. Luckily, we don't have to do too many multis. It's not. I think in total it costs like 7k, something like that, 7,250, which is really not bad for like a somewhat recent limited. But we don't want to go all the way. We never want to go all the way. 2 5-stars are not too bad. Date, not what we're looking for. And the ninja. Again, we're definitely not looking for. One thing I found was on the like black seasonal gacha, there was a lot of units from like 2018, 2019, 2020 showing up. And if you're like going all the way, there's a very good chance you could get a 5-star every single multi and it would just be something trash. So it's not ideal. We got a 5-star here. I don't think that was guaranteed. And it is Hibari, but it's not the one we wanted. It's the one we already have, the standard Gacha one. 5th multi. This one is guaranteed 5-star. We can get maybe 2. Maybe 2. Maybe just the 1. It's another dupe of that Yugi. At this rate, I'd quite like to get that Yugi to max luck, I can't lie. Because he's pretty good, and I've had so many dupes of him. But anyway. This one is not... This is like a choice ticket to your gift box or something like that. But it's not going to be of any use to us. At this point, I have all the 2022 units, so... Unless they put a 2023 units on there, which they're not doing... yeah, not much use to be. We got an unguaranteed 5-star, so that's good. Let's skip through. Gin the dog. You know, I sort of undervalue how like newer banners only have like 2021, 2022 heroes on it, because getting a dupe of them could prove useful. Getting a dupe of Gin the dog at this point in the game, even if we ignore the fact that he realistically doesn't have the uses that, I mean, he didn't even have that much use to begin with, but now he has virtually no use whatsoever. I've already got him maxed out. Like it's just, it's not great. It's not great. This one is guaranteed 5-star, and then the next one we're done. So I don't know. Give us 2. Go on, give us 2. Just the 1. And it is Hiryu. Now, hypothetically, if that had been Hibari, and don't get me wrong, Hiryu's not a bad dupe, I suppose. But if that had been Hibari, you might be thinking, oh, one more multi, you might as well do the one more multi and get the dupe and you can just feed it in. But let me tell you something, it is not worth it. Because that one extra multi is going to cost 1,000 rubies and I'm getting the equivalent of 3 jewels for that. Or I can trade it in at the medal exchange for some medals. How many? You just get 3 jewels for that as well. So it's not really worth it. Because those 3 jewels I could purchase from the ruby store. I think they're like 64 rubies each. There's less than 200 rubies. But it's certainly not worth 1,000. So if you ever find yourself in that situation, that is the answer. It is not worth the extra multi. But final multi, and we're finally going to get Hibari added into our group. I think these banners are a bit weird because I think it depends whether it's multiple units or a single unit, whether you get a ticket or it's just put in the multi. I think this one is just, or sorry, not put in the multi, but put in like the gift box. So this is a dead multi, but I think instead of a ticket, I'm just going to have Hibari Kyoya, whereas if it had been multiple units on there, obviously it would have been a ticket. But we do have Hibari now, and I have a feeling it's not going to let me collect this because my box is full. So that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know when we will be back again. I guess we shall see. But until then, I'll see you all next time.